Hey guys, in the following message, I just want to let you know I'm speaking as a private citizen, as someone who's been called to be a leader and a voice in the church and in culture. So these views represent me and what I think. When you go to the ballot on the Met website and take a look, I'm in District 3 of Michigan. There's one side that's really easy. It's the side with the either Democrat or Republican. It's the partisan side. And my suggestion simply is to vote straight Republican. The Democrat Party, for reasons I've outlined and will continue to outline, has become fully aligned with the progressive left of our country, which means that they are radically in favor of taking parents out of key conversations around the development of their children, the education of their children, and even the safety of their children. They were the ones who imposed draconian shutdowns on schools. They also would, if they could, force every American to take the injection, take the Pope, and many advocated for the loss of jobs for Americans who wouldn't. On the ideological front, they also want to see critical race theory taught in our schools, which rather than uniting us on the basis of our common humanity, seeks to further divide us as a country. They've fully subscribed to the radical LGBTQ agenda, especially in the area of transgenderism, even advocating for the medical transitioning of children, minors, and going so far as to call anybody who would try to stop or halt those kinds of efforts hateful and bigoted. That comes from the very top seat in the land, our president, Joe Biden. So for those many reasons, I think it's easy to vote red. It's less about particular candidates. It's more about a party platform, the agenda that they're pushing, and how radical it is for our country. So that's the easy part. What about the other part? Well, I'm going to take you through. I went through the different nonpartisan sections, and one of the things I found is a great tool is looking for people that I trust, organizations I trust, and who they've chosen to endorse. So for the justice side of things, the judges, I looked at the Right to Life of Michigan, which is an incredible organization. They've done more than just about anybody to get the word out about Proposition 3. And gave great guidance on that as well. So I looked at who they endorsed. So for me, it's going to be in the Supreme Court, it's going to be Paul Hudson and Brian Zahra. You can vote for two candidates there. For me, in District 3, there are several sections where there are no challengers. But when you get down to the Court of Appeals, District 3, Right to Life of Michigan endorsed Raymond P. Voet. I don't know if I'm saying that name correctly, V-O-E-T. That's who I'll be voting for. If you look at the 17th Circuit, again, no challengers. The probate court, again, no challengers. So you have to go all the way down to local school district board member. And for me, I have a chance to vote for the Kentwood Public Schools. I'm going to be voting for the three incumbents. So that would be Pete Beatty, Sylvia A. James, and James Lewis Jr. I did some research on the one person who's not an incumbent and seeking election. I found her to be to the left of where I feel comfortable on a number of important issues. And I'm afraid that we might see some importation into the school board of some more things that might lean critical race. If I'm wrong about that, I'm sorry. I just did the research I can do as a private citizen, looking at her website, looking at some of her own statements. So that was my conclusion there. And then if you go down a little bit further, the Byron Center school districts. For this one, I looked at a website called Moms for Liberty. This one's a little harder because I know some of the people who are serving. I'm going to be voting for the three people that were recommended there: Daniel Sherwood, Amber Swift, and Talia Tilma. Those are the three candidates who I'm going to be voting for there. When it comes to the props, you've already seen I've put out two different videos on Prop 3 and Prop 2. I did not put out a video on Prop 1 because I don't feel like I have enough of awareness of everything going on there. I know there are arguments within conservative circles on both sides of this issue, but I will be voting no for that. I just think it's always, when in doubt, status quo is best when it comes to Constitution. So unless there's a strong argument for overturning. So I'm going to be voting no on all three of those. So that's how I'm voting. I'm sure many of you don't care, and that's totally fine with me. But I had somebody ask, and so, bro, this one's for you because you asked.